Yo, we're live. What's up, everyone? Hello, welcome. Welcome back. It is a chillin' Monday. Chillin' Monday. Markets are opening to a little bit of blood here. Notably, SpaceX taking some trouble after trading up to about 225 on Tuesday the 16th. SpaceX now down $100, just 166. This is actually above the level that I expected price to at least hold as support temporarily, being about 175. The reason is that is the 30% mark above the IPO price at 135, and there's additional share bonus unlock, whatever, it's in July when they start unlocking shares. There's some bonus to them. They can unlock more if it's trading 30% above the IPO price. So I think there's a bet there that we will see 145, 144, at least going into that cutoff date. Does not really look like it's done. Doesn't really look like it's done selling, does it? If you look at the SpaceX Tesla pair that we set up here, we can see that SpaceX is retracing almost all of its gains against Tesla. This started really strong, same as the USD price. Now it's heading back to that 0.3 or 0.375. That's actually getting really close here. So this chart showing us the valuation of SpaceX when compared to Tesla instead of the dollar. This was up considerably, about 50% in the first week of trading. Now looking to trade back to about parity, maybe. We'll find out as time goes on. When we look at other pairs with SpaceX, we see similar moves. I actually don't have this chart right in front of me, but we see similar moves. We see SpaceX versus Bitcoin, SpaceX versus SPX, whatever, looking to basically retrace all the gains that it has put in, and probably has people sitting a little uncomfortably here. This is not a great chart. Not a great chart to have FOMO'd into. We had a lot of excitement there going into the Friday on the 12th. Things kind of simmered down even though price continued. And now it has been a lower high, lower low bleed. And kind of the big point for me, something I really do not enjoy seeing here, is the VWAP. SpaceX's VWAP for the total amount of time it traded live. It's about 182. Above 182, and you are trading in profit for the average, basically, of anyone who has bought in. Trading below, you're trading on average at a loss. Basically, when this market is below its total VWAP, I'm viewing it as negative. I think we are looking for a continued retrace. What do we got over here from Friday? 157 being the swing low we saw on the first day of trading, actually the close of that market day. And 150, 148, or 149.8 is the lowest point it traded in the first few minutes of that Friday. Both of those are great places to look for at least temporary support. I'm going to try to scalp something today just for fun. Just open a short-term position on something. I'm going to find that live with you guys. I'm going to scope it out. I appreciate you tuning in. We are live across the interwebs, and you're here. Whatever platform you're on, it doesn't matter. I need you right now to hit the like button, to subscribe, to share, to put a message in the chat. I want to know what you guys are looking at. It's hard. It's hard sometimes to find content. I've been looking through all of our economic calendars, looking through anything that might be going on today, and really nothing. Nothing's going on. The biggest thing going on today is that almost everything is down, especially the things that have been pretty consistently up over the last few weeks. Of course, minus Micron and SanDisk. Unstoppable. We're going to look at those next. But you can see here on our little event calendar, or economic calendar, we had, actually this is weird. This isn't from today, is it? Oh, this is Canada. I was like, we have core CPI today? That's huge. No, Canada. Interesting. Our girl Jess in Discord, you can join our Discord. .gg/TomCrown. I was talking about Canada's inflation today. That just reminds me. And actually, their CPI year over year for May, much lower than ours. That's at 2.2. Where's that? Like 3.6. The Euro Bank President Lagarde spoke. Fed Waller spoke, though I don't know where. I tried to find it. I don't think it was anything big. Lane speaks. Lagarde speaks again. I guess it's a double dip. And basically, CFTCs across the world, speculative net positions. I'm not even really familiar with these. Not huge. Nothing big going on today, it appears. It appears. I think later in this week, Thursday, we have core PCE for the U.S., final GDP quarter over quarter. And, like, that's it for June, I think. I don't really think we have much more left. June kind of dumped its load early in the month with the FOMC. I mean, that was epic. But dumped its load earlier in the month with the FOMC, with the task force for the task force. Mr. Warsh. SpaceX, that's right, Kitten Hub, it's right here. We got SpaceX right here. How are you? Followed the host. Hey, welcome. Welcome. Good to have new viewers. It's a rare thing in this day and age. People are not tuned into markets right now. Let's go. What's up, Crypto Crimson? Pickle. Trading. Sitting on your hands? Yeah, it's not a bad idea this week. How you doing, Gasper? Hugs for everyone. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ola from Sunny Mind. Where's Sunny Mind? 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐫𝐭. SpaceX at 130. I mean, trading back to 135 to the IPO price is, I've said this literally every time we've looked at the chart. It seems all but locked in that it will come. I think if you want this to trade higher, you need to flush back to that IPO price. You can't have people holding in profit that basically got a free ride. They need to have that. You have to pay for that ticket. That's what we see in markets when they make really big moves. Typically, that's what happens. Fresh cut, thank you. Appreciate that. SpaceX did announce today that they have $100 billion in cash, which obviously isn't actually cash. Maybe like $100 billion in the bank, which really kind of confused me though, because their revenue, not their profit, in 2025 was $18 billion. So they have 5 years worth of revenue, not of profit, in cash. What is that from? I didn't really look into it. I just saw the headline. I assume it's true. They're publicly traded now. They can't just like pretend to file these things. Can't make them up. That is quite a bit of money. Do I like inverse fair value gap? 𝐼FVG? Sure, Mr. Period. SpaceX does hold 17K Bitcoin. That is true. Hit up the like button. Thank you, One House Productions. ASTS. What is ASTS? You need gamer. Good morning. How you doing, Casper? How are you? $100 billion in cash. I wonder where they got it from. Where are they getting it from? Who knows? Tell me. Hello from India. Welcome to everyone out there in India. All around the world, actually. Hello. Let me just put a yo in the chat for every platform. We're live on a lot of platforms right now. I'm juggling. Let me get one over here, over there. There it is. Yo from everybody. I want to hear who's here today. Tell me what you're looking at. Nikki 225. Japan index. Actually looking pretty weak here. Japan and the dollar. I think really JPY and the dollar right now, maybe the carry trade in general, is pushing markets. At this point, we do have, as always, I guess, ScanDisk and Micron up. As always, it seems. But everything else not performing too well, and I would say we can attribute some of that to the strength of the dollar. ScanDisk opening this week, already trading at 2,365. I mean, this is just a wild ride. Absolutely wild ride. Certainly wish that I had gone in. I wish I had gone all in when we first looked at ScanDisk, of course. But man, like this chart is intimidating. From April of 25, so just a year and change. It's up 8,000%. 8,000% in a year and change. Please be careful. Please be careful. I don't know when the train stops, but man, that is an insane gain. The only thing I can really say for sure is you're not going to see another 8,000% gain. At least not anytime soon. Not before a very large retrace. I would look at 2,500 as we have been. We're running out of real analysis to do on this. It really is like a musical chair situation. It's going to keep going up until it's done. What's up, D. Santiago? How are you, man? Until it's done. I know Micron is going to be a little different here than ScanDisk, even though they are both running. Micron has its earnings coming up this week. After market close. Oh, that's today. Is it today? Micron. Okay. That could be, maybe here's some alpha. Micron reporting earnings after close today. Let's take a look at that. I mean, we're not going to be live for it. That's in a few hours, but the earnings and then also what the price of the stock does after earnings could be a good signal for other companies in the sector. Other companies doing somewhat similar things. Maybe an indicator for SanDisk. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily go that far, but it's at least something to go on. Analysts bigly raised. Everything's an AI generated slop sentence now, man. Micron analysts bigly raised Micron price targets to 1,200 to 1,300. Yeah, dude, that's really crazy that they did that today. It hit 1,200 today. Really bold call out there, bigly analysts. Check 𝐂𝐡 for Mr. Dino, of course, man. What is it? Hut hike. What's up, Franklin? Bigly, yeah, Thanos. I read it right off of TradingView's latest updates. Literally, analysts bigly raised. Like I was saying, everything's AI slop written now. Nothing is like actually written by humans anymore. That took, I don't know, that took like a few weeks. AI came out and then we never wrote a single new thing, humans. We really did not, we really were ready to quit writing. I think that's the reality of it. We just don't enjoy it. We haven't wanted to do it. We finally outsourced it. We jumped off that train. You can't watch right now, Ed? That is okay, bro. I appreciate you. I see you in the comments, Ed. Ed sometimes catches the live streams on the tube, but sometimes he watches them after. And dude, I always see your comments. I appreciate you watching them. Why is your RAM and SSD so expensive now? I mean, we all know why. We all know why. Here the AI is the culprit. We've traded writing for affordable computers. That's what we did. We also traded our fresh water. Something like that. Yeah, but it is interesting that what AI is using the word bigly, especially in that context. Just goofy. Super goof. Here we go, 𝐵𝐻 8. 𝐻 8 was a Bitcoin mining company that pivoted to AI. And literally on that pivot, their stock began doing well. Literally, like on the pivot. Pretty crazy. Wait, list up there. Gets a new buy rating. These are just, I feel like these are all just AI generated little tidbits here. But yeah, pivoted to AI and started blasting off. You can see its value against Bitcoin here. Previously had trended down all the way into May 25. I think that's like around when they pivoted. And ever since, it's been up to the right. Flagging out there. I was hoping there'd be something a little better. 𝐻 is and has been over the last few weeks, basically trading at all-time highs, 121. One thing I don't love here is this hesitation. These are weekly candles. You can see a lot of follow-through on this move up. But now, 3 closed red candles in a row. We see the 20 weekly moving average crawling up to price. I might need Tums. 82.85. 82.85. That was the previous all-time high from 2021. And it is the untested broken resistance from earlier this year. 82.85. I think we've had a long position placed there. Yeah, probably since May. Like ever since it broke. I don't love this hesitation. Kind of looks like a little distribution to me. It looks like maybe some kind of ascending channel. Some kind of lower high, right? I'd be looking for a long down here at 83.11. Also be a nice gap fill. There's a lot of reasons to be looking there for liquidity. I like that. I like that trade. What's up, Fernandino and Holly following? Thank you. Over there on the talks. 𝐒𝐈𝐆𝐍 looking sharp. Yeah, I mean, I'm digging this haircut. It's a little, I might get it done a little different next time. It needs to be faded a little differently, but I really like it. It's doing good. Do you guys have a fun weekend? I had a great one. I had actually a really good weekend. A lot of friends, a lot of hanging out, a lot of sun, a lot of being outside. It was a good time. Fade the hair, not the chart. Space Mobile Unique Gamer. I can take a look then. Bro, flexing less than like $250,000. What is it? Software Nick, what are you even talking about? What am I flexing, my friend? When did I... What? There's no amounts up here. What are you talking about? Maybe he's a bot. Maybe it's a bot. Also, guys, anyone out there, $250,000. You have $250,000? That's a ton of money. Good for you. You did great. You're doing great. Don't listen to people, I don't know, making fun of any amounts. Like, those people don't have those amounts. Don't worry. Don't worry. They don't have those amounts. Yeah, digging HUD 8. Digging HUD 8 back here at 83. A little bear div on the highs for the RSI. Money flow does still look strong in the day, though. Maybe. Got the 20-week. Yeah, I'm liking that. No bear div actually on the week. If you tap 83 and bounce, you might end up getting some sillier numbers up here. Some sillier dillier numbers. What else is moving? Hood hit a nice little take profit 110, 65% closed. Actually doesn't even look done. Hood could be be looking to test all-time highs. I guess with the deregulation of retail trading lately, that would be in their favor. Distribution pattern, accumulation back at the previous high, breakout, basically retesting that previous support as resistance. I think that you either reject here and you look back down for a lower high, you continue the downward trend, or they're going right back to that all-time high. I think there's a good risk to reward play in either direction there. I think you're right in the middle. I think you're right at the decision point. I think it's either gonna, distribute there or break out. That looks decent. All right, I'll look at whatever that is. Is Tom AI generated? Yes. I know. No one can be this handsome. Which market is this? This is Hood. You can see the ticker in the back. A little ticker in there. Software Nick. Nick, are you a bot? He's probably not even here. What was it? AST or AST? 𝐂𝐴 and 𝐈. Lab. I can breeze through these charts. I don't even have lab. Oh yeah, I do. AST, that's what we're looking at. I know we looked at lab not that long ago. I only see it on like BitGet. Yeah, that's actually looking a little crazy. I can come back to that. What did I miss? Sailor's STRC at 90. I guess it has retraced about half of its dump here from 100 down to 82.5. It made it back to the 0.5 retrace in 90. So it is mildly recovered. I don't know. This is not something inspiring strength for me right now. Maybe by the end of the week. Maybe you look for an 89 gap fill and a trend back up. I don't think, honestly, I don't dig the mechanics at play here. I don't really trust in things that are like dividend based, and that served me really well in investing. So I'm going to stick to that. But I know some of you are probably watching it. Trading under 88 is probably a very negative signal. Let's look at Bitcoin, and then I'll look at that ASTS or whatever it is you're looking at. Dang, I need a Tums. Why do I need a Tums? I don't usually get acidity this early. I did open a little short on Bitcoin. Basically looking to play these weekly levels. Not a huge fan of what's going on here price-wise. None of it looks good. Basically, in this week, over the next 6 days and 8 hours, I need Bitcoin to trade above 67. I've moved a lot of my stop losses on shorts to like 68, 67.5. We need to not just retake the previous weekly support. You can see these two closes back in February and March before our failed high. A break of February's low, and then what looks really, really weak and bad right here. Basically, weekly candles bouncing in between that previous support, acting as resistance now. And then the closes here in June. Basically, I think you could look for a short at 65.8 until this range is broken, and a long 63.3 until this range is broken. I'm going to have to lean, of course, with the short side. I don't want to. You got to. In this scenario, this is like some of the weakest looking price action we've seen out of Bitcoin. Even counting this whole fall from October. Like, that's not great. There's nothing good about it. Nothing good looking here. Week. Let's see. Anything good going on? Momentum may be slowing down here on the week. VWAP may be moving up, but I'm not at all ready to call that. It's just not enough. To get out of this rut, I really need Bitcoin to trade at 76.3. That's what I need. I need the 200-day back. Nothing I see is necessarily suggesting that. This little swing of momentum could bring us some green. We have a lot in the way there. There's really a lot of resistance in the way. This is where it hurts. It's like, even if we do pop back above trend and come all the way up here, just reject it the 200 and come down. Like, doesn't get us out of trouble. It might be exciting, might feel good, but it's so easy to just get slapped back down. Oh, Bitcoin. Someday. Someday. What's up, Psycho Savage? How are you, brother? Das Peach, you're correct. My hair actually is mirroring my portfolio. Very, very little, very, very thin, very faded. How you doing, Peach? Good to see you, brother. Google, I heard Google's down as well. What's up, Ace of Hearts? Did I review Sol? I've not really looked at Sol yet. We have a lot of charts to go still. We've been powering through them. We still have a bunch to go. I heard Google was down like 5%. I don't see anything bad here. This certainly, you know, not a fun ride, but you're in Bitcoin, you're in crypto. It's a kid's ride at this point. You're down 15%. You have like 6 weeks of trading down, but man, that's nothing. It probably only feels like something because there's so much going on in like the AI hardware, computer hardware sector that it just feels bad. Doesn't feel good. Let's see. Google may even be at a nice little entry point. Let's take a check. Hasn't quite hit 338. Almost. It's a really shallow retracement, even if it does. I appreciate you, Trading View, deleting all the stuff that I just put on the chart, even though I don't know why. Here you go. It's a shallow retrace. Kind of just a gap fill. I'd be looking a little bit lower on the Googler, 338. You do have a gap from your bounce in April all the way down to 300. I kind of like that better. It's around the 618 retracement. I'm not too worried about Google though. This doesn't look too bad. It just looks like an SR flip. Like resistance, hold, hit a low, break, hit a high, back test that previous resistance as support, look for higher, right? I think that's pretty straightforward. $200-day moving average. Okay, I like that. 200-day moving average is down at that 618. Currently, the 338 we looked at for a potential bounce here is about at the 100-day moving average. You could have a scalp there. I don't like this. I'm not going to take something like this, but you could definitely try to play that. I'd be much more comfortable down here. 316-ish, 200-day. Ooh, there we go. 20 week right there. All right, maybe. I don't hate it on the weekly. Let's leave it there. What do we do? Just we'll look for like any kind of retracement bounce. 370. What do we get? 370. We can still get a 2-to-1 here with our stop at 320. Tighten this up. 3-to-1. Okay. Okay. Googler. I had a sweet potato this morning. Why would a sweet potato give me heartburn? Doing well, Tom Powell. Good to see you, brother. Do I think a 1 hour bear dip will take us on Bitcoin? Joji off. I might have said that a bit ago. Not too worried. Yo, Dave, I see you over there on kicks. Yes. GM. Kai, I saw you. I don't know if you're still there. If you're still there, I love you. Good to see you. Weird comments on some of these platforms we're on. whatever. I don't know. Sugar content, I guess. But, dude, I never have this problem. What else did I have? Celsius never gives me heartburn. I don't know. It's weird. Very weird. Cheers, Hendrix. How are you, man? The pH of a pH tato. Can you buy my Bitcoin so it goes up? Yes, please. Please buy my Bitcoin. I want it to go up. Actually, so dollar is gaining. This is the big story today. It's not really a big story, but dollar is gaining and JPY. Intervention, I guess, has succeeded. Wait. Has not succeeded. Intervention has not succeeded by the Bank of Japan. Bank of Japan is going to look to raise interest rates again. I can guarantee it here. USD JPY. The yen is about to break to an all-time low against the dollar. That is very bullish for equities. Typically, with the yen carry trade, you would expect to see upside. Two or three. Expect to see upside, but it doesn't feel like it, does it? The dollar is really the culprit here. It is smashing highs. The market is responding to the Fed chair change. I think the market is pricing in a reasonably hawkish wash. I don't know. Maybe his task forces won't be. Maybe his task forces will be dovish. But everything he said was hawkish. I don't really understand why anyone would have interpreted it differently. The dollar literally broke out on the FOMC day, and it's continued rallying since. Rate hikes, rate hikes should strengthen the yen. So the yen right now is at like an all-time low virtually against the dollar. It's basically, it is retesting the low of 2024 right now. Retesting the low. So the yen is slipping in strength, and so that's why I'm saying the Bank of Japan will, even though they just raised interest rates, they're going to look to raise interest rates again. No, I have no doubt of that, especially with this candle. Definitely some profit taking at that all-time high, but I don't think it's enough. I don't see it. Don't see it. It's going to be a real weird end of the year. That's what I think. It's going to get real weird. He wasn't hawkish. He was just overtly I don't know about that. I disagree. Honestly. I think everything he said was hawkish. He pointed out that inflation targets have been missed for 5 years in a row. He pointed out that basically they want to limit the scope of the Fed to basically just inflation. That's hawkish. He didn't say we're going to do interest rate hikes today. I can see that, because he didn't say that specifically, you could see that, saying, oh, he's not hawkish. But everything he said was hawkish. Everything. The biggest point was, for 5 years, inflation has missed target. They want to, I forget what the other words were he uses, like, they want the true 2% target, not the gentle 2% target, or whatever it was, whatever that wording is. I literally think everything he said was either neutral or hawkish. I think there was zero dovish anything. I think people interpreting dovish are the people who have honestly just like largely been clueless about the Fed this entire ride. Probably the same people who thought like Jerome Powell was going to be fired every week and then he was going to cut rates every meeting. Like really just like those people. I don't know. You can argue some of what he said was neutral, but I think there was no dovish talk. I might have to get a Tums at some point. Son of a bee. Dixie FOMO on to the dollar, baby. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna grab a Tums really fast. Hold on tight. Hit the like button, subscribe. This is a good time. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't move. All right. Spicy. Spicy belly. I got my Tums. Should be good. We'll see. Stop moving. Why am I moving? I'm moving. Okay, let's hope that helps. I got another one here too. The dollar. What was it saying? Strengthening dollar, weakening yen. We're gonna see some moves by the Bank of Japan. Task Force. How you doing, Joshua? Dude, SanDisk is just wild. It's wild. Oil continues to fall despite the straight. Again, like I said every time, straight's not open. I don't think it's going to be open. Didn't believe it was going to be open. Still not open. Oil still retracing. Looking for 67.82. Looking for a bounce down there whenever it comes. No real update until then. I guess you could certainly look for a retracement back to 82, 84, and then the fall for another lower high. But oil following a pretty predictable path since it broke down. What's this little... SanDisk jumped to minus 4%. It jumped. Dude, these AI write-ups are ridiculous. SanDisk jumped minus 4% overnight. Oh my god. Like, you can't even make this up. Okay, SanDisk jumped negative 4% overnight to a record near 2,300. Extending a multi-week rally up negative 5,000% year over year on strong demand for AI data centers and memory chips. I'm not making this up. Yeah, but look at Planeteer too. Not making this up. This is literally what TradingView's latest update is. Okay. Never mind. Maybe these aren't negatives. I thought they were negatives because they're very small text. I was like, what are you smoking? What are you smoking here? Okay. So, not quite as funny as I imagined. We need laughs, though. What was it? Planter. The Planeteers. Oh, look at that. Is Planeteer doing exactly like I said it would do? Wow. That was a free W. Free win. Every single time I looked at this chart. Every single time we looked at this chart, it said the same thing. How long did that take? May. Almost 60 days. 60 days. I did nothing other than looking for lower highs, rejection from the trend line, retesting 125, and then a breakdown. Here we go. Plantar. Palantir. Let's see the damage. Ooh, you're going goblin hunting. Whoop. Well, you're going down. Okay. Zoom out a little more. Here we go. Yeah, the only support that exists, it seems, on a higher time frame. Right here, 84.40. 84.40 from the monthlies back at the start of 25, right here. You have a little structural 66 and then just nothing. This is why I just try to warn people always. When you see something doing this, you're not building support on the way up. You're inefficiently moving upwards, which means when you move down, you will inevitably inefficiently move down. I'm going to say 84 as a more short-term target, but 35, 33, absolutely not out of the question. Retesting that 2021 high didn't even see like a battle go on there. It just like floated up. Oh, wow. Trump will have to tweet about it a bunch. Try to save it. Under the 20 month, let's zoom in a little more. At the 100 week moving average after rejecting from the 50. I'd assume this looks something like this, right? I think the midterm move, the short to midterm move is down. From 84, I think you're likely to see bounce. That bounce, I would say 125 at the highest. You could see this catch midway through. I mean, it could even at the 100 here. And look for a back test of that 125 before seeing the fall. Either way, I do not see good things right now. Do not see good things. This is taking out its like major support here. This is exactly what we were saying was gonna happen for 2 months. It's just gonna, I will say I didn't expect it to trade quite to 164, but same concept of get stuck under trend, lower highs, retest 125, then it breaks. Yep, there it is. The timing is even good on the doodle. It's pretty good. I would personally not look to do anything with this until like 84. If you see a backtest of 125 this week, maybe get a higher short. Yeesh. Glad we looked at it though. I've been waiting. Been waiting for that one. We did it. We did it. The Crown. What's up there, brother? What's up, brother Trev? Lost Land shirt. That's right. 3 months away. Lost Land's 3 months away. We can make it through. Back to 85, yeah. I mean, like, assuming that holds. The news about rates. What are we looking at? News about rates. It is almost as if we want to artificially inflate our of course, yeah. Yeah, it's totally what we're looking to do. By every metric, surprising no one. There we go. Surprising not a soul, my friends. What we got? GFI filled. GFI opened actually below our entry today. So you would have actually filled a little lower. Would have filled a little lower there. 34.83. I'm not looking for a sustained rally here. I don't know. Goldfield's unlimited. I'm looking for a lower high to get out of that. It's a 2 to 3 risk reward ratio. Stop basically just below June's low. Clean, easy play. I don't know who asked to see that one, but that was a good setup. What else we got? Lab. Someone asked about Lab. Lab is... What is Lab? What is Lab? I don't trust BitGet. I don't even want to like look at BitGet's chart. Is there a Lab Bitcoin? Lab? There's probably no BTC pair. Okay. Okay, I guess we'll just have to do that. All right, that Tums helped immensely. I'm still a little spicy. Still a little burpy. I mean, this obviously was going to be what it looked like. Flagged up. Lab could be a long. I don't know anything about it. Feels dangerous to jump in, but Bitcoin pair is still breaking. You guys enjoying the old school tunes we got going on? Boom, boom. Boom. I'm enjoying them. 1x, okay. I don't like that it's barely traded. Barely traded. Let's look for an upside target. Let's keep in mind here that Labs traded on Binance at 7 cents is now trading at $15 for a 20,000% gain. Keep that in context. 20,000% gains means there's a lot of profit taking potential for anybody who bought into this. Market makers, I don't know. I don't know anything about this coin. It's doing the same analysis we always do. Lab breaks its all-time high of 24. You may look for 54. I would say probably 50 is a good bet there. 89.63, just using the fib. I don't hate it. I don't. Why? Don't really want to trade it myself, but man. 53% drawdown. Maybe that's a little too much. It's a pretty crazy trade. I don't know. Maybe I should. What do you think? What do I got going on here? I opened up a tiny little short on the corn earlier. Let's see if that's in profit still. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully I'm wrecked. Did it log me out? Nope. Short on the corn, still good. Opened it before the stream. 65.4. Actually caught the top of the wick of the action of today so far. You can see I didn't fully fill though. You got lab over here. I feel like lab USD. All right, you do got it. Huh. Mm. 200 was looking 24 and 54. Just look for long 12. I don't like that. Then I'll do a little dip. Just a little dip right here. Just a tiny dip. Four. There we go. Got a tiny little long open on lab, tiny little bigger short on Bitcoin than the long, but nothing crazy. I don't know. This is just hitting me in like the hype vibes of probably buying, not probably looking to get wrecked, so I'm not going too hard, but like it started, I started trading at least on Binance after October 10th. Isn't that kind of like what hype is doing? That's similar timing. Maybe I'm off. Nope, hype was a year before, huh? I don't know anything about this coin. It could rug tomorrow. I have no idea. See how the trade goes, though. Bitcoin back down. Gold, exactly as predicted again. Gold at the lower high. Last week it was rallying. Lots of people coming in asking about gold, blah, blah. I said 4,500, then back to 4,100. We're at 44 something. Back down. Gold struggling here. Gaining slowly against silver, but struggling. Likely a victim of a strengthening dollar. Tesla, kind of the weirdest one, done nothing. Like in this entire SpaceX IPO, whatever, like just done nothing. Nothing. What's going on? Long Trump coin? No, thank you. No, thank you, my friend. What's up, Christoph? How are you, brother? Gold today's like an altcoin. It's a disaster. It is kind of a disaster right now. How you doing, 1-9? Good to see you, brother. Anyone know what's happening with Micron? Micron's having their earnings. I think their earnings is post-market today. So that'll be in like 4 hours. That's what's going on. Micron just doing what it has been doing. Really not a huge change since April, March of last year. Huge change meaning just going up into the right. Earnings coming in today. I don't know how smart of an idea it is to just jump in right during earnings day, but you know, to each their own. NQ off cliff. This is an old chart. What is going on here? It's not really. It's nothing. What the heck? This is definitely not the chart that I thought it was. Okay. Where did my... I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it. Open down. Wait, it's barely a move unless 0.5%. Why is this not my... This is not my like updated chart. Why is this an ancient chart? Why are all these old charts? I'm actually confused. All right, I found it. Here we go. Bitcoin versus NASDAQ looks like it bottomed. It really does. Doesn't really make any sense. Tops in for NASDAQ, then maybe it does make sense. That looks like a bottom. This is like exactly where exactly where I would expect in a typical bull market for Bitcoin, bull market, bear market cycle, for like the price to go down to like the high of March, February 23. And it's right here. It's like wicking back up, maybe. Let's see. I hate that. I hate that that short didn't play. Let's make it take a bless room visually. I don't really see this as too bad. I mean, you're at all-time high. You just tested it again today. Rejected. But, like, nothing's really happened there. The only argument I would have against more up is, like, I don't know, the dollar strengthening. Likely we're going to have hawkish, more tight policy, fiscal policy. Also, I guess SpaceX was included in this, so I guess SpaceX continues to struggle, which is not impossible. Maybe it'll weigh some of this down, but what is it, 1% of the NASDAQ? I don't think it's that meaningful. I'm not too worried. I mean, this looks healthy on the day. This looks healthy. RSI actually has some pretty gnarly divergence there, but it really hasn't broken. Could see it down here. If you do get a retrace, the entry of the short, I could see along there. Damn, look at that. 200 a week. Is that 19? 200 a week is 30% down for NASDAQ. Must be nice. Must be nice. 20 week. There's a lot of interesting 20 week moving averages in stocks right now. Like basically where they are on the charts. And NASDAQ still looks fine to me. I liked this move of Bitcoin. Bitcoin has to catch here. It's funny I shorted right here. I don't know how I caught that. But you got to bounce here. This is like a nice little breakout. Could be a meaningful reversal, but you can't trade lower. You got 8 minutes to close this hour. You gotta stay there. What do you think? What's up, Rebound? Subscribe and welcome. We're about an hour in. It's a chilling Monday. I appreciate everybody here. Make sure you're in our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Got to be in there. We're live daily, baby. Covering everything. Covering it all for 7 years in a row. Make sure you're subscribed, following. Sign up with our exchange partners in the video description below. Femex, BYD Fi. I also have a prop firm. Klein prop firm. I've talked with those guys a little bit. Good dudes. If you're looking for prop firm trading, not my thing, but give it a shot. It's basically just a different way to do leverage. That's my opinion. We're gonna be live on Wednesday. At the latest, we might be live at any time if it gets really spicy. I think we should wrap it up. I had some heartburn. I think I should figure out what the hell's going on with me. But happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in with me. I appreciate it. Does your Discord cost $5K? My Discord is costing nothing. Didn't cost you anything. It can cost you a penny, my friend. The best price. Yeah, I saw Tether was like delisted or whatnot across some EU exchanges. It's certainly not a good thing. Certainly not like a good thing for crypto, but I don't think it will really matter. I don't think it really makes any difference. That flow just goes elsewhere. Fills in the cracks. All right, fam. Appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and like. Tune in on Wednesday. Jump in the Discord, and I'll catch you very soon.